Hello, everyone. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. This week, I am starting, this is the start of week 2 of Whateverathon. Words I struggle with a little sometimes. They come out eventually. But this is week 2 of Whateverathon. I have some sprints going on, or that I'm watching, on Jade's channel today. It's 11:11, so it's kind of the start of my Wednesday today. I don't have a kid at home today, which is a little different from normal. But she's at Nana's, and then has horseback riding this afternoon, so I have lots of time to read. I'm enjoying The Last Time I Lied. It's starting, all the pieces are starting to fall into place so that you kind of know where this mystery / thriller is going. I'm leaning more towards it being a mystery than a thriller right now. That's just the vibes I'm getting. We're trying to figure out what happened 15 years ago. As things progress, I might switch it over and call it a thriller. But we'll see. As far as prompts, I'm only a few away from getting a bingo in many directions. And so if this one turns out being a thriller, I'm going to count it as summer thriller. It also will count as less read genre if it is a thriller. If it's not a thriller, I'll count it as a poll prompt, because I asked my sister, I said, 2 books. Here are 2 books. Which one should I read? And she told me this, what told me Last Time I Lied, because she didn't want me crying over our sister's blanket. So, while I'm listening to the audiobook and watching sprints, I will probably get some crochet done. I haven't worked on it since Sunday just because I've been busy with getting everything ready for orientation. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and what I'm thinking. So I'll try to check in later today, and go from there. I'll talk to you later. Good morning, friends. It's been somewhat of a go morning. I'm trying to catch up on housework and stuff today now that I had yesterday to just kind of relax and recoup from our orientation. So I've, doing laundry, doing dishes, all that fun stuff that no one wants to do, and it keeps us from enjoying our books. This morning I'm kind of looking at getting my lesson plans for week 5 done, and then I'll try to get on Spoopy Hall's sprints and do that, and finish The Last Time I Lied. I'm at like 85%, I think. I don't have my phone in front of me, so not 100% sure where I'm at. I am toward the end. Things are tense, and more leaning a little bit into that, I guess, thriller side that I just went blank, that the, like, Storygraph and Goodreads claim that this one is. So I'm gonna just kind of go with it, see how I feel at the end, and I'll decide if I'm gonna count it as a summer thriller or not. I always, when I think thriller, I think more like horror, and maybe that's just a me thing, since I don't read a lot of horror or thrillers. So I don't know. I may do some research and see what I think, as far as the difference between mystery and thriller, or if they all kind of overlap, and it just depends. But that's where I'm at right now, and I'm just gonna go from there, and I'll check in sometime later, hopefully tonight, but it is me, so it'll probably be tomorrow morning. I'll talk to you later. Hello, friends. I have finished The Last Time I Lied. That was a roller coaster. So earlier I was actually only at 70%. And from that point on, it was a constant, oh, this person did it. And then finding out that no, that person did not do it. And then, like, it continued throughout for the last 30%. 1 minute, it's one person did it, and, or you, as the reader, you're thinking, oh yeah, they're guilty. You know that they did this. And then that's not what happened. And you find out all these kind of family secrets and inner secrets of all these characters, and eventually you find out who did it, and it's a total mind mess. The writing is amazing, and I enjoyed it fully, but it will really, really mess with your brain. I don't have all the words, as you can tell. Sorry, I'm fixing my laptop. But yes, it totally messed me up. And after that, I had to take a couple hour break. Well, like a 4-hour break from reading. So I put on some Supernatural and did that because I could not mentally pick up another book quite yet. My sister told me that I need to read Home After Dark next by him, by Riley Sager. And I told her I'm not ready quite yet. I've got to have a buffer. I've got to cleanse my palate. So I'm going to do the dark one next, which is the Peter Pan Wendy dark retelling. I'm really excited to kind of find out what goes on in this one. It is a series, and yeah, I don't want to give anything away because some haven't read the first one, which is The Never King. But if you've read that one, you know that this one is continuation, and how and what's going on. So, and that one was a pretty popular one for a couple, or even now, Storygraph has it as a hot read right now. So, enough of us are reading it, and I suspect that it's coming with Enchanted Fandom's next box, which is in July. So yeah, all it says is that it's a dark Peter Pan retelling, and we already know that it's smut. So I'm pretty sure it's the Never King and the Dark One, but I may be totally wrong. I may be in for another surprise. But I'll just have to wait and see until July. But anyway, I'm gonna read that one. I'm gonna read the Dark One. And with the Dark One is actually gonna set me up for some bingos. After doing a little research, I did find that Riley Sager is a thriller writer, and so this the last time I lied, I'm counting as a summer thriller. So it takes care of that. So for the prompts for the that fulfills the last one, or the last time I lied fulfills summer thriller, host favorite. It's one of India's favorites. And then I did it as Ask My Sister between two books. So I'm counting that as a poll. So there are 3 more, and I only need, I think I need 8 more across my board. I don't have it in front of me. It's in the living room. But so I'm getting close. My next few reads are probably going to hit as bingos for all the rest after this. I'll just have to see though. The big one is going to be that red cover. I'm struggling with which one to do. I have a few choices, but I will figure that out later. Tonight I'm going to go put on Cassidy's sprints. She's just started about 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to put her sprints on, and I'm going to go read the Dark One and maybe get 15 minutes of reading. I don't know. Depends on how chatty everyone is and how tired I get once I curl up in the bed to read. So I will talk to you later. Hello, everyone. It is Friday morning. It's actually almost lunchtime. So, that's kind of where we're at. I started The Dark One last night, by Nikki St. Crow, and then got up this morning and had to finish it. I read 30% last night, during Cassidy's sprints, and then this morning got up and was just like, I really want to know what's going on. So, I did that. I really liked The Dark One better than The Never King. The Never King felt more of that, let's see how far we can push it. Let's see how far readers will accept. Make it bloody, gory, gross, whatever. This one didn't have that feel. There were no unaliving people. So, I mean, maybe I just don't like death in my spicy stories. But even at that, it sat differently for this one. Yeah, I don't even, it almost, if the characters weren't the same and it didn't, like, it fully continued the series, I don't know that I would, like, you could put different characters to this one and I would think it were a different, or different character names, and I would think it was a different book. Maybe that's the setup that Nikki St. Crow was going for, is that how much Winnie Darling is changing the Lost Boys. But yeah, it was a different, it's a very different feel for this one. I really enjoyed it. It has several spicy scenes, and we kind we see these boys. We see them for who they are, I guess, is the yeah, I'm really struggling to kind of fit because the two books have such a different feel. Like I said, the first one is, we have Pan doing things that just are very dark. Peter Pan. This one is, we have some of those dark aspects, but it's more Disney than like Tim Burton, I guess, if I were to explain it that way. Yeah, it was a very different feel of who Peter Pan was. The first ones I felt like it was aligning more with the traditional, that very traditional setup of who Pan is and how dark he is. I don't know if you know the true kind of Peter Pan. Peter Pan would kidnap boys and keep them captive. This one didn't. The first book I got those vibes from. This one is more. Peter Pan is more approachable, like he is with the Disney versions and things like that. Yeah, it was a ride. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited to see where she goes with the third one. I will probably take a break, even though it only took me probably. I mean, I started the book at 9:30 last night, so it took 14 hours start to finish, including sleep and all the distractions of being a mom. So it was a good one. I did enjoy it. But I will probably take a break before I do that one. My sister and I were talking about doing a reading, Good Girl's Guide to Murder, tomorrow, or over the weekend. So tomorrow, and just kind of basically sprinting it out like we did with Gallant. So I don't know what I'm gonna read now. Yeah. So, I do have some bingos now that I finished that one. I need to update everything and put all that in. So I will be back with kind of an update of where I sit with my bingo board. Okay. So I went ahead and updated my bingo board and my tracker. I currently have 3 bingos. With so my bingo board, let's see if I can, there we go. So I just put stickers with a little sun stamp for beach readers. I figured that was the fun way to do it, and go from there. So my big ones, I'll have the 48-hour readathon this weekend. Trying to look at some of the political fantasy. Red on the cover, that's my color for this one. Less red. This whole bottom row, poor thing, I haven't gotten very many there, and that's kind of what's holding me up. So I will be looking at my stuff. I have Kingdom of the Cursed I could read, which is a this way 2021 release. So I can get that one there, which would give me a bingo there. And yeah, I have to look at these two are going to be my hardest. Now that I could still read some. Like I have 2 Days in Lisbon that I wanted to read for this summer. That one came out in May of this year, so it won't be a 2021 release, but it is another thriller, which is not a commonly read genre by me. I also could pick up another Riley Sager, which would do that. Same one. I have political fantasy, which City of Dust I was looking at reading. The big two is red color on the cover and water on the cover. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with those two right now. Water on the cover, I'm looking at my bookshelf behind me. I could probably do Sea Witch. I'm pretty sure that one has water on it. Yeah. So I'm just kind of at that point where I only have a few. The first ones, I really wasn't like looking at my bingo board going, what do I need to fulfill? It was more of, oh, this book fulfills these ones. So now that I'm on these last 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 7 more. I am trying to be a little bit more strategic. So I'll have to look and see what I have and what I can easily get my hands on from the library. I keep forgetting I have Warriors of Wing and Flame over there. I got read Sisters of whatever that series is. I read the first book a while ago and then immediately ordered the next one, and just I haven't gotten to it. So much has been going on, and so many more new and shiny books have popped up. But that'll also help with Final Book Support Group, and get me a sticker there. So I'm gonna get off of here. I'm probably gonna go put on some Supernatural and fold a mountain of laundry because I have a lot of it that just needs to be folded and put away. So I will be back later after I figure out what I'm going to read and after I do some chores around the house. So I'll see you soon. Good morning. So yesterday I finished. What was I reading first? I finished The Dark One, and then I started Survive the Night by Riley Sager. So I picked up another Riley Sager. I did enjoy that one. And during Pris's kickoff sprints for the 48-hour Whateverathon readathon that they're doing, the 48-hour kind of focus of just reading, they were talking about Riley Sager and his books and how some people like some better than others, and how his writing style just kind of some love one and really hate another. So this one seemed to be along the lines of, if you liked Last Time I Lied, that you'd probably like this one. But that Final Girls probably would be one that you don't like. I am enjoying Survive the Night. I actually like Survive the Night more than Last Time I Lied. It feels more thriller. I wouldn't call it a summer thriller though, because it is taking place in the winter, or just before Thanksgiving break, and that's the big thing in that. But I have that one. I am 63% through, so I will probably finish that one sometime today. But I also have A Good Girl's Guide to Murder that I'm going to start as well. That one I'll probably start right after lunchtime. My sister and I are going to kind of do our own little sprints with that. We're going to read this. We're both going to read this book. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. So we're going to read that one, and we're kind of like we did Gallant. We'll just like 45 minutes, and we'll just read. And then come and check in and do that. What we think, how far we are. And I am expecting it just to be a good time. This one is a little bit of a time sensitive one for me because my library app only has it for, or I have it checked out for another 7 days, and there are several people waiting. And my sister bought it because her library was like a 10-week wait. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. As far as prompts, Survive the Night is a 2021 release, and it's in my less read genre. I don't typically read thrillers, although this month this is my second, and that may change after this. I also will do the Join the 48-Hour Readathon prompt for that one. And then for A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, that one for me will be that red on the cover. And then I'll probably pick a couple of the others just to get the most amount of points, because I can pick 3, even though it's a repeat, which I'm fine with. It is what it is. I'm at the point where after I finish Survive the Night and A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, I will have Political Fantasy and Water on the cover. And then I will have blacked out my board. So that's kind of where I'm at. But this morning, I got to get ready to go pick up or go to a used homeschool book sale. I need to get or see if they have 3 of the textbooks that my daughter is going to need for 7th grade and for her co-op classes. So I am gonna go and do that and then go from there. But that's where I'm at, and I guess I should give a kind of synopsis of Survive the Night. Survive the Night is a college student who is dealing with the death of her roommate, and just the she's really struggling with it. Her roommate was murdered at a party, and you find out all the details throughout that and why it bothers our main character Charlie so much throughout the book. I don't want to give too many spoilers on that, but so her roommate has been murdered, and she's just really struggling to even finish the semester, and has decided she's gonna go home for Thanksgiving a week early. And with that, you kind of get this, like, she's really concerned over this. Or she's really ready to just get out of there, and puts up a flyer on the ride share board that their school has. And this is taking place in 1991. That is a very important factor, because unlike now, I mean, we all go everywhere with our cell phones. so ride sharing and ride sharing in general is very different now than it was in the 90s. But this is just, the college students can put up, hey, I'm driving to blah blah blah, does anyone want a ride, or I need a ride to blah blah blah. And so she goes and puts this up, and there's a guy there who's getting ready to put up his own sign because he's looking for someone to ride with him, just to split the cost of gas. And I mean, when we're paying $5 to $7 a gallon for gas, I totally understand that. But through this, they're just, she's never met the guy before. She doesn't know him other than he's wearing a college sweatshirt and posting on the, or trying to hang a flyer on the college board. So, he's a student, right? That's all she really knows about him. And so she gets in the car with him, and they drive to or driving to her hometown, basically. But he keeps giving her all these red flags as they're driving. She's already kind of paranoid to begin with, due to the what's gone on with her roommate, which, again, totally understandable to be paranoid. But so she's getting these red flags, and she's not sure if they're true red flags or if she's just being paranoid. And so it kind of goes through that, and it's just the night. That's all this story takes place, and it's broken down into hour by hour sections. I am 63%. It's around midnight where I'm at. They left the school at 9, and she should be home by 3. So 63% at this point. It's all lining up kind of where it's at. Lots of suspense. There's some mental health rep in this one. You find out that not just due to her trauma with her roommate dying, there's some other things going on. So lots of mental health rep in this one. And so I'm really enjoying it. I started it about 9 o'clock last night and read until around midnight. Sorry. Just talking about sleep, my body's like, time for bed. No, it's only 10 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, so this is a fun one. It's very fast paced. I do not, I get to points where I don't want to put it down, and that's part of the reason why I stayed up till midnight last night reading. I'm just really enjoying it. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to give any more synopsis about Survive the Night. I'll probably check in when I finish it and just kind of give some final thoughts. But yeah, it's definitely it's not as trippy, I guess, as Last Time I Lied. But most of everything that was really trippy in The Last Time I Lied happened between 70 and 100% of the book, in that last 30%. So I'm going to continue this, and we'll see kind of where it goes. There's so much that, I wish I had someone to talk to over, because we kind of get everyone's point of view on this one. But so not to spoil for anyone who hasn't read it, I'm gonna end here for right now, and then I will check in later today. Talk to you later. Hello, friends. So I've been on 2 totally wild rides today. I finished Survive the Night about 2 hours ago. I got to 86%, and then my sister and I started reading Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Sorry, we're still chatting about it at this exact moment, because there's a lot in that book. But so we started Good Girl's Guide to Murder about 12:30ish, and that one is a murder happens in the town 5 years previous, and the town has I'm trying not to do spoilers. The town has viewed this victim, Andy Bell, as a saint. I mean, it happens. You know, when someone dies, we don't want to talk ill of anyone, and especially when they're murdered brutally, even more so. So we have Saint Andy Bell, well loved in the community, and the town, most of the town believes that she was murdered by her boyfriend. And the reason why is all the evidence points that way, and the boyfriend, Sal Singh, committed suicide before he was, all the evidence comes out. The police are sure that it's Sal, and before the police can bring him in for real questioning as a suspect, he commits suicide. And so most of the town has just moved on, saying that Sal has killed Andy. One of our main character, Pip, is best friends with Sal's best friend's sister. And she's never been able to believe for the last 5 years that Sal killed Andy, because Sal was a nice guy to her. And so she decides for her senior project to exonerate him. She believes that the press kind of wrongfully accused him, or wrongfully was biased. And so she goes on this mission to fix it, or to, shine a light on this bias, is how it's presented in the first. That's what she writes as that's going to be her project. So this book was a ride. It was definitely interesting. And you get to the end, and you think you know everything, and then the author kind of throws a monkey in the wrench, or a wrench in the works. But it was amazing. I'm having a hard time pulling words and making it sound coherent. So I apologize. The book is great. But I don't want to give away too much because of what's going on. And then I finished in the middle of reading Good Girl's Guide to Murder. We had to take a break so I could eat, and then because my sister is an hour behind me, her time to eat came, and so I took another break. During that break, I went ahead and finished Survive the Night. I had about an hour left. And Riley Sager totally blew my mind. Things happen, and you think it's going to be one way, and then something else happens, and it's not what you think. The whole book, especially, again, that last 30% of the book, he did it again, where you think it's going to go one way, and it goes somewhere totally different. It was great. I fully enjoyed it. This is where for both of these books, and how, and the last time I lied even, this is where I wish I gave star ratings. And I guess I should kind of explain that. I don't give many star ratings. Or I guess I don't publish my star ratings. Because if I'm feeling it's going to be a 1 or a 2 star, I quit reading it. And so what's the point there? For me, if it gets a 1 star, it was not well written. There's a lot of errors in it. I would not recommend it to anyone. 2 star, 1 star, I probably didn't even finish the book at all. Let me just be clear there. If I give something a 1 star, I did not finish it. 2 star, I might have finished it, but I didn't enjoy it. It definitely was not a book for me, and I don't really see who the audience would be for if I've given it 2 stars. 3 stars is kind of where those books sit that I personally didn't enjoy, but they're well written. They are their purpose is there. I can see it. I can see how other people would enjoy it, but I did not. 4 stars, which 98% of my book, well, it's probably not even that high, probably 75% of my books would end up in this 4 star range. And they're ones I enjoyed, ones I would recommend to the majority of people. And just really, they're well written. The character development is there. They're there, it's fully for the ride. The exception is there are some books that kind of get in this 4 star that the book is complete trash. I know it's complete trash, but I enjoyed the complete trash, and so I give it 4 stars. You probably are starting to see why I don't give things ratings anymore. And then 5 stars are those books that I am gushing about, I'm fully enjoying, and with the exception of thrillers, I will read again and again and again. For me, if I do, the 5 star reads, The Inheritance Cycle, I'm trying to look behind, pretty much any Brandon Sanderson, The Hobbit, Narnia, those are kind of like where my 5 stars go. I do have some that I will often return to, that I will give 4 stars. Probably all of the Throne of Glass series. But even those are really high, 4 stars. Even moving into 5 stars after Heir of Fire. I really struggled in that one. That one probably would have been the lowest in that set or series. And then, like Twilight, it's complete trash. I know it's trash. I would not put Twilight in the hands of its intended audience because there are reasons. I'll go into that another time. But, so I don't really do star ratings. But these ones, if I did, would totally be 5 stars. But looking at my reading month, then that means that 4 out of the 7 books I've read so far this month are 5 stars. So it's kind of that I struggle with it because 5 stars should be the epitome. This is the bar that we're asking authors to get to, and about 30% of what I read hits that. And so it kind of doesn't sit right with me. So I just don't do star ratings anymore. I look at it as I loved it. I'd recommend it to different people, or this book really wasn't for me. So more along the lines of Anne Bogle from Modern Mrs. Darcy and What Should I Read Next? Kind of feel for that. But yeah, so looking at my bingo board for Survive the Night, I put it on 2021 release, less read genre, and then I'll count it for a summer thriller. So there are my 3 reading prompts. And then, I said that one wasn't summer thriller. 2021 release, less read genre, Droop. Maybe it is just 2, I guess. Sorry, I'm looking at my handy dandy list. Yeah, so it's got 2 for that, but I also counted it for not as non-reading prompts. Cozy reading time, join the 48-hour TBR, and join sprints. So 3 and 2 for Survive the Night. For Good Girl's Guide to Murder, that one is red on the cover. Less read genre. That one is kind of that mystery thriller. You wouldn't believe, looking at my month this month, that I don't normally read mysteries and thrillers, because this is my third one this month. So, but looking over my year and even the last few years, I don't read very many of them. So there's 2 on that one. And then for the non-reading prompts, cozy reading time, join the 48-hour readathon, join sprints, and then guilt-free activity. I'm counting it as that one too. I did take a break today. I went and got my daughter's some of her homeschool textbooks, and then after that I went to Hobby Lobby and got some stuff from there. So going by that, I have 1, 2, 3 more bingos. So I'm getting there. I do need to get a political fantasy and water on the cover prompts filled, and then that will one more book will get me to my 8, which I'm counting as complete a personal goal, unless I happen to finish. I mean, either way, I get a personal goal, because as soon as I finish the blanket I'm working on, I'm counting it as a personal goal as well. And then after I black this one out, I have to decide, am I going to do the mixed up one or reuse this one? These are all little, I have Post-it tape that I just cut apart and did a little stamp in each corner for those. So now that I have rambled for 15 minutes, I am going to get ready to go to bed. It is midnight, and go from there. But I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Good morning, friends. We're getting ready for church. So I just want to check in real quick. We have church until about noon, and then after that I have to figure out what I'm going to read. I'm kind of leaning toward Sea Witch, which will take care of water on the cover. I don't think that one's a political fantasy, but that's kind of where I'm at. And so I'll, depending on who's running sprints this afternoon, I know Maddie's on right now, but I don't know if she'll still be on. It looked like she got on around 5 my time, which even for noon, that puts it at 5 p.m. for her. So I'll just have to see who's on. Sometimes Chloe, from Chloe Reads Books, I believe it is doing some sprints. She's been a little, she hasn't been doing them as much lately due to her study schedule. So I'll just have to see what's going on this afternoon and go from there. But yeah, I don't really have too much to report since last night, because I finished my books, reported in or checked in, and then went to bed. And this morning I've just been getting ready for church. So it kind of will be one of those that what happens happens. So I'll check in later and go from there. Talk to you soon. Good morning, friends. It is Monday morning, about 10:30. I did not do any reading at all yesterday. I don't want to say I was slumping. One, because it's just a day, and I finished 2 books on Saturday. But I didn't read. I had other stuff I needed to do. We did church. I had a mountain of laundry to fold, and then I worked on my crochet blanket. So I'm almost done with that. I just have one more stripe and then the border. And then I get to start on my genre blanket. I'm so excited for that. So today, I have some errands I'm gonna have to run, and whatnot. We're looking at doing a library trip today, which is fun. And then that's kind of where I'm at. Hopefully, I will read some today. I'm looking at reading Sea Witch to get the water on the cover prompt, and then I just have my political fantasy, and my board is complete. So that's kind of where I'm at for right now, and I'm just kind of going with it today. I really like these not rushed days, so hopefully I will be able to keep that. So I will check in later. Hello, friends. So again, sorry, the dog is barking. Again, yesterday, no reading, but let's see if I can do this. Is it this one? Oh, it didn't work. Okay. Well, hold on just a minute and I will show you what I did do yesterday. My blanket is finished. Oh, and there's a kitty cat walking on it. But yeah, so it's too big for me to put anywhere flat in my house. I know, but it's all done. I just have to tuck all the tails, which you can kind of see hanging out over there. All right, I'm done making y'all seasick. But so I'm excited. I get to tuck those and then start on my genre blanket will be what's next. That one I'll probably do some sort of update each time I finish a month of my reads, which currently is like 48 books. So I'm just like, okay, we'll make it work. Sorry about the dog. She hears any noise and she goes off. But yeah, so that's kind of my update for now. I'm gonna tuck all these tails today, and then I'll just kind of go from there. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do next, but that's where I'm at, and I'll check in later. Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday. I'm gonna wrap this up real quick, and then go from there. Yesterday I'm trying to remember where I left off. I showed you guys my blanket for my sister, and got that done. Finished it completely. I trimmed the tails, all that fun stuff. And then I might have run to Hobby Lobby and gotten some more yarn to start another project, which I'll talk more about this next week, in the next vlog. So, I started that one and, also started an Enchantment of Ravens, by, I always forget her name. It's the same author who did Sorcery of Thorns, which I absolutely loved. Where is it? Oh wait, it's not on that app. That's why. Okay. All right, Enchantment, Margaret Rogerson. I loved Sorcery of Thorns. This Sorcery of Thorns kind of magical librarians is how I would describe it. But Enchantment of Ravens is going to it follows this girl who lives in a town outside the fair folks courts, and she paints the fair folk. She is just this artist prodigy, and she paints the fair folk because they can't do any type of craft. They can't cook, they can't paint, they can't write, anything that's creating something. That was the cost of them being immortal. Well, in this, she paints a mortal flaw in a fae folk, and it changes the course of her life. So it's been a lot of fun so far. I am how far am I in? About halfway through. And really enjoying it. So I'm going to hopefully finish that one today. I will probably put my earbuds in and listen to it while I work on the pool. I have been so behind in getting our pool open this year. Normally I have it open before our first heat advisories even come out, but it was one drama after another with this pool this year. So I am at the point where I just have to vacuum it and get all the leaf debris that's been there all winter out. So I'm going to work on that because every time I think I'm done, I'm not. So I'm going to try to work on that before 11 when the heat advisory goes into effect again. We're supposed to reach 110 plus today. So I'm going to try to work on that and try not to cause any problems for my health at the same time. So I hope that you guys are having a great... Oh, well, I guess I should tell what I've read this, or how many are my stats this week. So this week, I almost have completed my first bingo board. Political fantasy, which an enchantment of ravens fits into, and then water on the cover, which I will hopefully do Sea Witch right after this. I know I said I was going to do it earlier in the week and then didn't, because I just didn't. Enchantment of Ravens sounded better at the moment when I started reading. So I have those two. As far as the books I've read this week, I believe I've gotten 4 done since last Wednesday. It is June. All right. Yeah, so I finished The Last Time I Lied. I think I finished that since the last one. I made 7 books for the month. Finished. So I have, I guess I could do it this way as well. Boop. All right. Oh, I don't have my dates there. All right. Yeah, I don't have my dates there. Okay. So I can't remember if Last Time I Lied was on my last one or this one, but I read The Dark One, I read Survive the Night, and I read Good Girl's Guide to Murder, all within, that was Saturday, started Friday night, Thursday through Saturday before I went to bed, and then didn't read much for the beginning of the week, or toward the end of the vlog week. So I am back in my books, and sometimes when I don't have an audiobook, it makes it very difficult for me to be a mom and still read as voraciously as I normally would with an audiobook, just because I can throw headphones on and I can clean house, or I can, crochet, or whatever is going on in my house. So that's where we're at. Total of 7 books so far. 2 more prompts to be a bingo. These will be 2 separate books. Or to be a blackout, I'm sorry. And then that board's complete, and I have to figure out, am I redoing that one, or am I doing the reshuffled board that Maddie made? So I'm gonna go from here. How was your reading week, though? Let me know in the comments. Leave me a like and subscribe if you are so inclined, and I will talk to you soon.